AI continues to expand with immense possibilities. Cyber attacks have become frequent and sophisticated, forcing businesses to prioritize the cybersecurity. The global palette is evolving faster than ever. Employees will expect leaders to stand for more than the profit. We shifted from command and control to empathy and collaboration. And across many industries, it is clearly in decline. Leadership will be defined by AI partnership.
Brand Minds presents the next decade of business and leadership. What was different in business 10 years ago?
What was different in my industry 10 years ago? First of all, digital transformation. 10 years ago, digitalization was only starting to gain traction. Today, you can say it's everywhere. And the same is with the cloud computing. It has become a mainstream, enabling remote work, scalable operations, and also helping with the global collaboration. We have artificial intelligence and automation, and they are at the heart of business operations right now, from customer service, chatbots, to supply chain optimization and decision-making. And AI continues to expand with immense possibilities, already reshaping how we operate. Also, e-commerce has surged, especially during the COVID-19 pandemic, forcing traditional retailers to adapt or to close, unfortunately. And also, while television is still relevant, social media has transformed completely. It has become a primary source of news, recommendation, education, or even research. Platforms like YouTube are now the second largest search engine after Google. And also we are seeing the rapid commercialization of platforms like Instagram and TikTok with integrated shopping features. But on the flip side, the cyber attacks have become frequent and sophisticated, forcing businesses to prioritize the cybersecurity like never before. The second thing that changed is marketing. 10 years ago, marketing had a seat at the table, yes, but it was often seen more as a communication function than the real business driver. Today that has changed. Marketing is no longer just about messaging. It's about shaping strategy, driving growth, and building strong brands that can stand out in a competitive global market. And this is how we approach marketing in Alexandrion Group. The third things are consumers that were not that demanding and fragmented like today. Today's consumers have much higher expectations than ever before, but their attention spans are much shorter. So the brand loyalty is being tested every single day, and across many industries, it is clearly in decline. Customers now demand speed. For example, same-day delivery is becoming a standard expectation. They expect personalization powered by AI that make products feel tailor-made for them. They want transparency whenever it's about sustainability, ethical sourcing, or diversity and inclusion efforts. And of course, the new generations, the younger generations are bringing entirely new habits and demands, reshaping the way we think about brands and also the consumer engagement. And all of this means that companies can no longer rely only on loyalty. To succeed, brands must constantly earn attention, build trust, and create meaningful connections with their consumers. The fourth thing is sustainability and ESG. Sustainability and ESG have gone from niche to necessity. Investors today look closely at ESG metrics. Regulators in many countries now require sustainability reporting, and consumers increasingly support brands with strong environmental and ethical values. And at Alexandrion Group, we take this responsibility very, very seriously. The last point that I want to mention is about global supply chain disruptions. They were not that often and severe because events like COVID-19, the war in Ukraine, and trade tensions, for example, between US and China, have exposed vulnerabilities in global supply chains. And as a result, many companies are reshoring or diversifying to reduce dependence on any single region. So to sum up, our industry has changed dramatically in the past 10 years. Digital transformation is everywhere. Marketing drives growth, and consumers are more demanding and less loyal. Competition is first, costs are rising, supply chains are complex, and the sustainability is now a necessity.
What is the biggest opportunity in your industry today?
There are at least four. And the first opportunity lies in evolving consumer tastes. When you look at categories, vodka remains the largest category of spirits and continues to grow modestly. But categories such as whiskey, rum, tequila, gin, or sparkling wine are projected to grow well above the industry average. And this presents enormous potential for our company. And the reason behind this change is very clear. Consumers are actively seeking for new brands and exciting flavors. The rising popularity of mixology, cocktail culture, and the low alcohol trends is encouraging experimentation and discovery. So people are no longer just buying a drink. They're exploring experiences, tasting journeys, and the stories behind each brand. And this shift opens up huge opportunities for innovation, for premiumization, and creating brands that truly resonate with the consumers' evolving preferences. The second thing is the power of marketing and brand building. With so many products flooding the market, strong marketing has never been more critical. As a marketing leader in our organization, I see the biggest opportunity in building strong brands that create emotional connection, emotional resonance, foster long-term engagement, and the brands that go beyond simple transaction. Today, consumers aren't just buying alcohol. They are buying values, they are buying identity, experiences. And this shift opens up opportunities in brand diversification, premiumization, communication, and direct-to-consumer storytelling. That's why strong brands and good marketing matter more than ever. It helps us stand out, stay distinctive, and remain visible to consumers. But also, they give us pricing power because strong brands lower price elasticity and allow price increases without major decline in volume. The third things are the new geographies. Some markets are maturing and slowing down, as we have recently seen in the US. But at the same time, booming economies in Asia like Thailand, Philippines, India, and also across Africa and South America, they are presenting the new opportunities for growth. Something that we think very strongly about in Alexandrion Group. And the fourth element is the premiumization. Consumers are increasingly willing to trade up. The premiumization trend continues to accelerate with people seeking higher quality, unique flavors, or more sophisticated experiences. And this shift towards premium choices aligns closely with an important focus for our company and our industry, which is responsible drinking. When consumers opt for premium products, they tend to drink more mindfully, savoring the quality and craftsmanship of each sip rather than consuming, large quantities. So premiumization encourages slower, more intentional consumption, which supports the moderation of alcohol consumption. So if I had to summarize, the biggest opportunities today lie in category growth, strong brand building, geographic expansion, and premiumization.
What do you see changing in your industry over the next 10 years?
First, premiumization and further proliferation of brands. Consumers will continue to choose quality over quantity. We will see growing demand for artisanal, small batch, single origin spirits, products that highlight craftsmanship and authenticity. Heritage storytelling and provenance will become even more important, so expect more limited editions, barrel-aged releases, and direct from distillery experiences that bring consumers closer to the source. And the second thing that comes to my mind is the fusion of flavors. So the global palette is evolving faster than ever, driven by travel, social media, and close cultural curiosity. Consumers are increasingly seeking novel, complex, authentic flavors and flavor experiences. We will see more examples of Japanese whiskeys blended with Indian spices, Latin American botanicals influencing gins, or African flavors shaping classic cocktails. This evolution is not limited to flavor alone. It extends to storytelling, packaging, and also brand identity. So marketing, which emphasizes origin, craftsmanship, and authenticity, will become a critical tool for differentiation the same as it has in wine industry. Emerging markets like Africa, Southeast Asia, and Latin America are no longer only just the growth engines. They are taste innovators shaping global trends and inspiring premium brands worldwide. So over the next 10 years, when you think of the major changes, they will be connected with the premiumization and the global flavor fusion.
What did leadership mean 10 years ago?
At its core, leadership has always been about the ability to inspire, empower, and guide teams to drive success. But the way we define and practice leadership has changed dramatically over the last decade. So we have shifted from valuing hard skills alone to recognizing the importance of soft skills, skills like empathy, communication, or emotional intelligence. So what changed exactly? We shifted from command and control to empathy and collaboration. So 10 years ago, leadership was often top-down and authoritative. Decisions were made often at the top, and teams were expected to follow and to execute. Today, leadership looks very different. It is more diverse, inclusive, it's more authentic, emotional intelligence, active listening, and psychological safety are now quite essential. Leaders are expected to be visible, authentic, and transparent, just to be more human, relatable than ever before. So we've moved from bosses to coaches, from giving orders to empowering and delegating teams and people, and from focusing only on results to building leadership at all levels of the organization. There is also a greater awareness of burnout and mental health. So the modern leaders are expected to model work-life balance, promote wellness, and create a sustainable work environment. The second thing is that leadership today isn't just about driving profit. It's about articulating and living a clear purpose and set of values. Topics like diversity, equity, inclusion, climate change, social justice have become leadership responsibilities. And also we have younger generations, especially millennials and Gen Z, want to work for mission-driven organizations that reflect their values. The third thing is remote and hybrid team management. So since COVID, since 2020, leadership has also been redefined by remote and hybrid work. Leaders must know how to build culture, trust, and performance without the physical presence of people. Success depends on communication, autonomy, and the focus on outcomes rather than hours in the office. And finally, today's leaders must be agile. They need to pivot quickly in times of crisis, embrace uncertainty, and encourage continuous learning of their teams. The days of long-term rigid strategic planning are gone. Instead, we rely on flexible approaches that allow us to adapt as the world changes around us. So compared to 10 years ago, leadership has evolved from command and control to collaboration, from authority to authenticity, and from rigid plans to agile adaptability. It's no longer about being the smartest person in the room. It's about creating an environment when everyone in our team can thrive.
How do you define leadership today?
Leadership is the ability to inspire, empower, and guide diverse teams with empathy, purpose, in a rapidly changing, technology-driven world. It's not about being in charge. It's about creating the conditions where others can thrive, they can make decisions and grow. Leaders align and set the direction and make sure people will believe, trust, and follow this direction, but not because they have to, but because they want to.
How do you see leadership changing over the next 10 years?
Leaders will increasingly partner with artificial intelligence. AI will help analyze data, stimulate outcomes, and guide more informed decisions. So the real skill of the future won't be about having all the answers. It will be about knowing how to ask the right question and how to interpret AI outputs in a very critical way. So this will impact how we structure teams, their capabilities, who do we need in our team on every level of the organization. Second, leadership will be even more about purpose. Creating cultures of meaning, belonging, resilience will be key to retain and engage talents. Employees will expect leaders to stand for more than the profit. They will expect leaders to drive an impact. The third thing is that as automation and AI can handle more operational tasks, human connection will become the leader's true differentiator. Future leaders will need emotional mastery, mental agility, and inner resilience. The ability to regulate emotions, stay flexible in thinking, and lead through uncertainty will be quite essential. So we will see more use of coaching, mindfulness, and maybe even neuro leadership tools to strengthen these capabilities. The fourth thing is leadership will also be increasingly global. So the workforces will be even more diverse, shaped by the new demographics, by immigration. So leaders won't just react with DNA initiatives. The inclusion will be proactively built into every decision. And finally, the pace of change will only accelerate. Leaders will need the ability to react quickly, supported by strong real-time data. So in the next 10 years, leadership will be defined by AI partnership, much deeper purpose, emotional mastery, global inclusivity, and speed with certain amount of agility. The leaders of tomorrow will guide organizations with technology as a partner and people at the heart.
3 things that leaders can do to create other leaders.
One of the most important things leaders can do to create other leaders is to role model the right behaviors. People learn more from what we do than from what we say. So when leaders consistently demonstrate the integrity, the resilience, empathy, they set the standard for others to follow. The second thing is to start early. Leadership is not something that should be reserved only for senior positions. If we can identify potential early and give people opportunities to lead in small ways through projects, initiatives, team activities, they can develop confidence and skills to grow over time. And third, leaders need to empower others by giving them trust and responsibility. When you delegate meaningful work, allow people to make decisions and back them up, even if they make mistakes, you are signaling that you believe in their potential. That empowerment is what transforms good performers into future leaders.
Brand Minds, uniting the business world.